What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David. As the collective consciousness shifts to 5D Earth, there's now a lot of talk about 5D ascension. So what is 5D ascension? Let's get into a discussion of breaking down 5D ascension and also discuss how do we ascend. So let's get into all of that right now. Let's go. So what is 5D ascension? In my opinion, 5D ascension is ascending from the ego. So how do you know that you are ascending to 5D consciousness? Well, you no longer resonate with fear. Let me qualify that statement. The ego is associated with fear, more specifically the fear of survival. The fear of survival is really the fear of losing something. So 5D ascension is understanding that unity consciousness says that there isn't anything which we are not. So if we're self-identifying as unity consciousness, that helps to alleviate a lot of that fear of losing something. And having that 5D conscious mindset, you understand that to share the same space with something, you have to share its vibration, meaning you have to self-identify as that thing. The ego is associated with the lower vibrational aspects of our energetic makeup, as well as the root chakra. But as we look at the things that we're fearing as a collective consciousness, as the Great Awakening brings to light the things that are out of alignment with 5D consciousness, 5D Earth, the things that we're fearing are really fear of survival, fear of losing something. Whether you're fearing the direction of your country, the direction of the planet, if you're fearing whether your job will be there next week, or you believe that you won't be able to live unless your true love comes back to you, all of that is fear of survival, fear of losing something. So you know when you're ascending to 5D consciousness when you no longer resonate with the fear of survival. In other words, your dominant frequency is now out of alignment with 3D ego. Now, to be very clear here, I'm not talking about life-threatening, imminent fear. I'm not saying that once you're able to go out and play in traffic without being scared, then you're ascending into 5D consciousness. I'm not saying that, no. Don't do that. The opposite of fear is love. So love is associated with the heart chakra. You know you're ascending into 5D consciousness when you're operating from a place of love. So the heart chakra bridges the gap from the first three chakras, the lower three chakras that are more survivalistic and egoic in nature. And it bridges the gap to the higher consciousness chakras, throat, third eye, crown. So when you lead from your heart, you're bridging the gap from the 3D ego to 5D consciousness. So what is the catalyst for 5D ascension? Leading from your heart. But the question is, are the things that are scaring you truly in your life of their own volition? In other words, the things that you're fearing, do they have sentience in and of themselves? Are they there on their own accord? Or since everything that you're experiencing is a reflection of your inner frequency, were you emitting a signal of fear of survival that allowed them to share the same vibrational space with you? I believe it's the latter. Because if we really think about it, I'm sure we've all experienced when we're attracting these amazing blessings and serendipitous things and synchronicities, and we're just really in that flow state, and we're putting out that signal of receiving, and we're just in that magical manifestation mode. Maybe you're on a roll with the law of attraction, for example. So wouldn't the opposite be true? If you're in a state of worry and doubt and anxiety, which are sub-frequencies of the fear of survival, then you're putting out that signal that allows those events and people and circumstances to share that same space with you because it's a vibrational match. So if we take a look at the big picture, does it really mean that everything is going wrong and headed down the wrong path? No, it probably means you're just holding a frequency of worry that they will. So obviously the solution to all of this is to just change your frequency. But what does that really mean? Well, it means that you have to change your identity. Now, I've said in previous videos many times that it's your perceived self-identity that determines which potential parallel reality you are aligned to experience. So if you can focus on that new identity for at least 90 days, then when those old challenges that you used to face from your old identity, when they rear their ugly heads, you'll no longer react the way that you used to react. That old identity and subconscious programming, which led to the same familiar behavioral patterns, will no longer have an anchor in your new identity. So the old identity can no longer get you to act the way you used to act because the frequency of fear of survival is no longer a vibrational match in your new identity. What I've discovered, at least in my case, is that you need to be consistent with the new identity for at least 90 days. 90 days seems to be the time period required to kind of solidly entrench the subconscious into identifying as the new identity and rewriting or overwriting that old program and the old software of the old identity. So the 90-day mark can almost be considered the point of no return to the old identity. So in conclusion, Light Fam, if you want to track your progress of 5D ascension, ascending to 5D consciousness, stop yourself in the stillness and ask yourself, how much fear of survival am I carrying right now? Now that also leads us to our question of the day, and that is, are you ascending to 5D consciousness? Now, if you are birthing a new identity and you feel comfortable sharing with the Lightways community, then please leave in the comments below what new identity you are birthing in your life. All right, guys, so if you like the video, please like the video. For more videos on a spiritual awakening, 5D ascension, 5D consciousness, please click the subscribe button. Also, thank you so much for all the questions that I'm getting over on Instagram. You guys are keeping me in new video topics and ideas so that I can make videos that answer your questions. Again, you can add me on Instagram _Lightways. Remember to have a look around in the description box below. We still have the free 30-minute guided meditation on abundance. Remember, if you have Gmail, that meditation will most likely be under Gmail's promotions tab. You can also sign up for some one-on-one Zoom coaching. And if you know anyone that wants to ascend to 5D consciousness, please share this video with them. All right, guys, I will see all of you in the next one. You know how we do it. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.